This episode is brought to you by Indie Film Hustle TV, the world's first streaming service dedicated to filmmakers, screenwriters, and content creators. Learn more at indiefilmhustle.tv. You decided to do some shorts right afterwards. Can you tell me a little bit about the series of shorts that you did afterwards?
Yeah, it's a series called Book of Dreams, and I'm kind of still doing them all these years later in a funny sort of way. Not calling them that anymore, but I like shorts. You know, I like the short form. It's like an author who writes novels. It's great to write a short story now and again, you know, and get directly to the font of imagination, you know, in a short that can exist in a short story, you know, where you don't have to explain everything, and you know, it's just. So I started making these films based on people's dreams, and they weren't really. I was pretending they were based on dreams. They were just something I was coming up with, you know. But the format is always someone who describes their dream on camera, and then you see it acted out, and you can. A lot of them are kind of humorous, and you can kind of respond to what they're saying in a kind of visual, oddly, you know, contradictory way visually. But they were fun, and you know, I've made 3 of them that were called that up to date, and they became increasingly more expensive until I found myself on the set of a 10-minute black and white science fiction, 1950 science fiction homage, which was costing me $300,000 of my own money, right? And that's when I went, you know, this is just incredibly stupid what I'm doing. You know, I've really got to get other people to pay for this stuff, you know. But look, it was you know, they were great fun to do, and it was a part of my kind of you know, recovering from the horrific experience of The Crow and seeing a friend die. Yeah. So it was a way to reignite my love for being on the set and making films, you know. So I think it paid for itself, you know.
Yeah, and there's, I mean, when you're saying that, you're like, and then I find myself on a set for $300,000. It's like, it comes to me like I'm thinking to myself, because you're mad, because we're all mad. If you're a filmmaker, there's a spark of madness that there's no logic to. And it's so refreshing to hear that even directors like yourself still have this madness in them. It hasn't been. No,
we wouldn't be doing. I mean, we are eternally naive children, right? And we have to be to do what we do. And you never grow up. If you grow up, you'd probably stop doing it, because it's a mug's game from a financial point of view. I mean, that's the only thing that explains things like Francis Coppola making a now. There is no other explanation for why someone a filmmaker would put themselves through that with their own financing and under such arduous circumstances, except for this absolute unexplainable, inexplicable love for this thing that we do, you know. But yeah, we're most of us are, you know, are dumber than the marketing or the branding, sir. It was so funny because I just had James V. Hart on, who wrote Dracula, and I was talking to him about, and Coppola called up one night to James and said, James, I hate you. I hate the script. I hate the movie. I hate the actors. I hate you even more because you wrote this damn thing and got me involved in this. Come out here and see this rough cut. It is garbage. And I'm like, and he goes on to the deeper story, but the genius of that is that if Francis Ford Coppola is having issues with a cut, at that stage in his career, what hope is there for any of us at that point? Like there is no hope. No matter how big it doesn't surprise me at all. You know, but look, you know, and that's also to do with the fact that we, you know, the reason it's such a wonderful medium is because you're always learning. You never stop learning. Every film you make, doesn't matter how many movies you make, you're going to keep learning, getting better and better at it and stuff. It doesn't mean the films will always be better, but because there's so many unknowables that go into making a movie. But certainly your craft as a director becomes better, and your ability to kind of navigate the whole process becomes improved, you know.